how our industry can do better. So earlier, Lindsey got the chance to speak with her in today's DBL Spotlight.
Tiffany Reid, welcome to DBL. How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me on.
No problem. So I just want to get right into it. 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people, but specifically for Black people, we've been dealing with the death of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, the list goes on, and even the Amy Cooper incident in Central Park. So I want to know, you had a racist incident at Paris Fashion Week that we detailed and discussed together. Can you tell me a little bit about what happened?
Part of my job is to travel to Europe for fashion shows. So I was at Paris Fashion Week and I was invited to an event by a major retailer. And it was raining that day. I was standing outside. So I saw a woman coming in the building. It was raining. I walked in with her. I went to get on the elevator with her. She backed up. She didn't want to get on the elevator with me. I told her to please go ahead and proceed because I was trying to avoid a confrontation. Then she proceeded to tell me that I should get out of the building. I didn't belong there. You know, when I asked her why, she said that there have been robberies in the buildings and that people like me steal. And she kept saying, people like you, people that look like you steal, and you need to get out of the building right now. She continued to verbally attack me, threatened to call the cops. She did eventually call the cops. The argument got so loud that a neighbor came downstairs. The neighbor, who also was a white woman, then cornered me with her. They both told me that I need to get out of the building, that I would be stealing. I explained to them I'm dropping off clothes for a designer event. I have a driver outside. I don't need to steal from you guys. I'm a professional working woman. Then physically, they tried to grab my arm and pull me out of the space. Then I went immediately to leave the building because I did not feel secure there. And my driver, luckily, was a Black man. In his efforts to comfort me, he had shared some experiences he has had with racism in Paris and let me know that this is not an uncommon thing.
So unfortunately, this was not the only time you experienced racism in your career. So can you talk about other times that you have spoken to me about experiencing it?
Before we even get inside of the office, where we have to deal with microaggressions being Black women and men in corporate America, we have to have a fight before we even step into the office. So, there's an added layer of stress that our white counterparts don't have to deal with.
So how can the fashion industry change to do better for people of color?
So I think fashion industry, like I said, has a lot of work to do in general, but it's about people in color. The first Black photographer to shoot a Vogue cover was in 2018. So think about that long of a stretch that it took for the first Black photographer to shoot for the cover, right? We need to put systems in place to support mentoring, paying them livable wages, making sure that they're getting paid what their counterparts are. Hiring teams of color is going to be, I think, really important, and I want to see how brands step up. By doing that, all of the cultural appropriation that we're seeing from major brands, from luxury brands, when you start to have those people in the room, then they can flag it sooner on, and these things won't happen.
Tiffany, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your story with me.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by